name is Chinilin, and I would like to present about my individual project for subject WeBit.net, which is called a supermarket cashier system. Okay, so let's start with the form main, the main form of my application. We have a button start that is an event handler that runs when we click the start button, and create a new instance called form cashier. And after click the start button, it will open the form cashier window. Form main will hide so that form cashier page will be visible. Then we have also a button exit. When we click it, it will automatically close the entire program. For the next form, the form cashier, first we have to allow the program to use a MySQL database function because we have to connect this program to the database. And then we have a dim total amount and also a final total to store the totals before and after discount. Then the payment complete is to check whether the payment has finished or not. And then here the dim con is for the database connection. And then the form cashier log is when the forms open, it will have a 4 columns add to the data grid view for display. Also, the combo payment have to fill the combo box with payment options. Then the button add is for add the product to the data grid view. If it doesn't key anything, it will tell us to fill in all fields. So we have 3 things have to input: the product, price of each, and also the quantity. If the price and quantity not integer, it will ask us to enter a valid numbers. And in the data grid view, we will also show the subtotal for product by multiple the price and also quantity. So the data grid view will have 4 columns that show product, price, quantity, and also the subtotal. After adding to the cart, the text box for product, price, and quantity will automatically clear and can key in a new one. The button remove is for us to remove some selected items that we don't need in the data grid view. So we have to select a rows from data grid view, then delete it. If we didn't select anything, then click it will output a message box that tells us to select a row to remove it. For the button calculate part, it will total all of the subtotal that inside the data grid view. And if the subtotal is above 50, it will automatically discount a 10% of the subtotal and show the final total of the subtotal after discount. If below 50, then we'll have no discount here. For the combo payment is for us to choose which type of method we want to use. If we choose cash, we have to input how much we pay. Other than that, just choose the payment method. And button pay is connected with the combo payment. We have to select one of the payment method. If not, it will show us please select a payment method. The payment and the balance is in a decimal. If we choose cash and we didn't enter any number or just empty it, it will output a please enter a valid cash amount. If the pay total is more than final total, also will show an invalid. After that, the balance will output after done all the process payment and show a message box include your payment successful, how much you pay, and the balance too. For choosing another method than cash, it will automatically show the message box that output payment successful via which method and how much you paid. For this part, is to connect the database with the data grid view. In the table of database have include the product name, price, quantity, subtotal, total, discount, final total, payment method, payment, balance, and the transaction date. All of this will be kept in the database after we have processed all the program. If we fail to connect to database, it will show an error saving to database to remind us. Move to the next part. The button receipt is for us to go to the next Windows form. If we didn't add anything and click the receipt, it will tell us to add items to review the receipt after payment. So before move to the next form, it will first show us a message box to ask for you, would you like to go to the receipt page to print the receipt? If yes, it will automatically move to the next form. Then we will have a new instance called a receipt form. It will send cart items that have been included in the data grid view. Also, the total and payment info will be included into that form, then show the receipt form and hide this cashier form. If choose no, it will output a message box again and show thank you purchase. Also, a button back included at the last part. It will open the main form again and hides the cashier form. Move to the last form. For the last form I have is the form receipt. This will show the final receipt here. Here have some public variables that share data that come from the form cashier. So when the form receipt is open, form cashier should fill these values before showing it. When the form loads, it will clear the rich text box that named as a RTB receipt, and it start building my own receipt layout here. it will look through the every product, quantity and price that cashier enter. Also, all of this equal to the subtotal. Then, the receipt will also include the summary of the transaction like the subtotal, discount, final total, payment method, paid and balance to complete the payment info. At the last also will output a thank you message. At the end, we will have a button back. If cashier want to go back to the form cashier, just click back button and we'll close the receipt form and went back to the cashier form. So that's all for my coding. Okay, so now we start our program. So I will output the first form, the form man. This is a design for my system. So if we click the button exit, we automatically exit the whole program. So here we start cashier system, and it will output another form, the form cashier. This is a design. So if you didn't enter anything and add to cart, it will output a please fill in all fields. So the product name we set like maybe carrot. And for the price and the quantity, we must enter an integer. If no, like we enter me and high for the price and quantity, we will output enter valid numbers for price and the quantity. So for the price and quantity must be an integer. Like price is 4 and the quantity is 2. So we add to cart, it will automatically add to the data grid view with the product name, price and quantity, and also the subtotal. So next, see we add coffee and the price is 8, quantity is 1, and we add, automatic will add to the data grid view too. The product name me, for the price maybe 5 and the quantity we set as 2 and add to the cart. And we buy again the cheese and the price 6, quantity 2, add to cart too. And the apple, for the price for each 3 and the quantity maybe 5. So we all output in the data grid view. So we have to select one of them to remove. If no, it will output a message box to tell us to select a row to remove. So maybe here we select the coffee and remove. So we automatically delete from the data grid view. And then we calculate the total. We will show the total, discount, and so the final total. So if the total not above 50 ringgit, the discount will not given. So maybe we add again a product. Maybe we add a rice. And then price is 10 and quantity is 1. So we add and then calculate again. The total is above 50, so we will discount 10% in the final total. So for the payment method, we have to select one of them. If no, it will output a select payment method. So maybe here we choose the cash first and process payment. For the cash, we must enter the amount we pay. If no, it will tell us to enter a valid cash amount. So maybe for the final total, if 49, we enter 45. It cannot be complete because it's an insufficient cash amount. Okay, so we have to enter an amount that above the final total, maybe 50. Process payment, it will show a message box that payment successful and pay 50, balance 50 cents. Then if we choose touch and go and process payment, it will automatically output payment successful via touch and go. And so for the debit card, it's the same too. And then if we click the receipt button, it will ask us want to go or not. If no, it will output a thank you message. And if we click yes, it will go to the next form, the form receipt, and it will show the transaction receipt here, the name, date, time, and also the product and price for each, and the total, subtotal, also the subtotal, discount, final total, and the payment method, how much you paid, and the balance. And also output a thank you message too. And also we can back to menu, back to the form cashier, and also back to the main menu too, and then exit the whole program. Yeah, that's all.